Hey, hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Corvus, and welcome to Closet Movie Rambles, where I talk about old movies that I found in my closet while waiting. This week's movie is the Emoji movie, and it's about 1 hour and 26 minutes long. And it starts with us thinking we were in space, but we were actually inside of a smartphone. And the owner of this smartphone is Alex, this kid. And then we're introduced to one of the emotes called meh. Just like the emote itself, it's meh, a blank expression. And it's his first day on the job. He want to make a good impression, but he freaks out and he creates all kind of chaos. And he gets called a malfunction. He's called into a meeting, but he runs away from this and try to basically fix things up. So what happens is he's supposed to be the leader, right? So he has to find someone to help him. So he runs into this place called like the favorite section, which is like the favorite section where you pick your emotes on your phone. And he runs into this other reject called High Five, and they end up in the loser's lounge, where High Five tells him that he wants to get famous and get back on like the favorite section, and he knows this hacker called Jailbreak, so they go out and try to find Jailbreak. But on the way there, they end up in the Facebook app, where they make a funny joke about Facebook. In Facebook, you don't have any real friends, but you have a lot of friends. I thought that was funny. So they go into this shady bar and find these hacker-like emote called, well, Jailbreak. So High Five, Meh, and Jailbreak ends up in the app Candy Crushed because they were chased by this spyware, I guess. They're being chased throughout the phone at this point. So they have to dance their way out of it, and it turns out that Jailbreak is actually the princess emote that's on like a renegade thing. And sometime later the app is actually being deleted because the phone was supposed to be left for because all throughout the adventure the phone has been acting weird because the emotes are not doing what they're supposed to do. They're running amok around the programs and whatnot. So let's see here. So what happens is the dance app that they end up later, they have to dance their way out of, it gets deleted through the protocol, and High Five ends up in the trash application where they need to save him. So the other needs to go to the Dropbox in order to get to the source somehow to reprogram the code. I'm not quite sure how that works, but they need to go through the firewall, and that's where we are at right now. So they end up going through the firewall, and they get the password from one of Alex deleted emails because he has this crush on a love. And this is a really good practice to know that when you're using a password for your firewall, of all things, don't use girlfriends or pet names or anything like that, because that's very easy to guess. Just a reminder. So they managed to go through the firewall and into the cloud, where they start to reprogram the thing. And Meh realized that he doesn't want to be Meh. He wants to be every kind of emote, because that was the reason why he freaked out in the first place. And there is been like a on and off love thing between Jailbreak and Meh. But Meh decides to go back and try to fix everything, and this is the whole thing that Jailbreak kind of wanted to break free of the whole thing, but she is having second thoughts. And she actually is a princess, so she can call birds, so she calls the Twitter bird to fly them back to the correct situation and solve everything. I guess it's called the X-Bird now, now with the whole Twitter thing. So the whole thing goes back, and they try to save the day, and they manage to do that, and the phone doesn't get deleted. And Alex and Abby gets together because they managed to send this crazy emote of Meh doing all these weird faces, and that's more or less it. He saves the day. So what do I think about this movie? I actually liked it. There's at first I thought it was like a kids movie, but they have some mature jokes as well, and I like that I kind of missed it almost, but I was curious. I know that because one of the emotes is actually just the poop emote, and he's voiced by Patrick Stewart from Star Trek and X-Men and other kinds of theatrical dramas. And I was like, okay, I recognize that voice. And it was kind of funny that I think he's quite old now, but he pulls off the role kind of fun. And it's if you think about it, it's kind of meta that he plays this, he's the poop emoji. That's cool. And even in the credit, he has has a knight title, so you have to say Sir Patrick Stewart, but he still played a poop. But I thought that was funny, so I can definitely recommend this movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. So anyway, thanks for listening and watching, and take care.